Welcome to week 10. This week I finally felt that my butterfly chest to bars is starting to come off. As you probably know by now, the biggest factor for locking up a new skill is consistency in your training. But there are also some exercises and drills that could help during the way. So today I thought I'd share my top 3 exercises that has helped me learn the butterfly chest to bar. But first, let's take a look at the updated ranking. The quarterfinal workout I did this week was test 4 from 2023. It is 20 minutes, as many rounds as possible of 1000 meter row, 50 GHD sit-ups, 500 meter row, and 25 V-ups. Actually, great warm-up for this week's open workout, 24.2, but more on that later on. I had a pretty good score on this one from last year with 439 reps, but I really felt like coloring the Excel sheet a bit more. So my goal this week was 448 reps, which would get me into the top 25% on the leaderboard. And I actually managed 449 reps, so almost 2 full rounds. And that gives me an updated worldwide ranking of 3,437. And a pretty yellow color to indicate that top 25%. I have not done the 24.2 yet, but I will later on this day. Wish me luck. However, it looks like a workout that I think will suit me quite well, since it's mostly endurance. No heavy weights and quite low skill, if you're familiar with the double unders. 24.2 is also a 20-minute AMRAP and consists of 300 meter row, 10 deadlifts at 125 pounds or 56 kilograms, and 50 double unders. I'll share my execution and placement with you guys next week. The leaderboard for 24.1 is however closed by now, and I thought I'll share my official placement. 24.1 consisted of single R dumbbell snatch and lateral burpees over the dumbbell. As I said last week, my time was 7 minutes and 51 seconds, and that actually gives me a worldwide ranking of 1956. Which is equal to top 2%. Because of the changes this season with top 25% qualifying for the quarterfinals and my expressed ambition to perform well at quarterfinals, I try to not put too much effort into the open and I just do the workouts in addition to my normal training. So I try to not get emotionally involved in the leaderboard. Easier said than done though. But of course I'm happy with this result. And now on to my top 3 exercises to lock up the butterfly chest to bar. Number 1. Strict banded chest to bars. This is a great exercise for strengthening the muscles that are used in chest to bars. Doing them banded allows you to do greater volume than you would otherwise and can also help with muscle endurance, which you typically need in CrossFit workouts because the rep scheme often varies from 10 to 30 reps. It's also low risk of injury. And the strength gains will benefit you in all the other gymnastic movements in the rig as well. On to exercise number 2, which is the butterfly pull-up. This is of course mandatory to learn before mastering the butterfly chest to bar, since it's basically the same movement but with less strength required. There are 100 tutorials here on YouTube on how to learn them, but first of all, make sure you have the basic pulling strength, because otherwise shoulder injuries will appear like clockwork. A general guideline is that you should be able to do 5 strict pull-ups without assistance before trying these. The butterfly pull-up is actually much the same like the basic arch and hollow kip, aka beat swings, that are common in every introduction to CrossFit. And then it's all about learning the circulating movements combined with the leg kicks and how to relax while falling through. Timing is everything. Exercise number 3 is butterfly chest to bar on a box. This is a great exercise for learning the timing. One leg will do exactly the same movement that you do in the butterfly chest to bar, and the other leg will assist you with jumping, so less strength is required and you are able to do more reps. I also like this exercise because it's easy to progress. If you start with a higher box, and then as you feel more comfortable with the movement, you lower the box, so more strength is required to do the same movement. You can also start by having both feet on the box, if that is enough for you at the time. And now it's just practicing these 3 exercises with consistency. Just keep a watchful eye on your weekly pulling volume. CrossFit consists of a lot of pulling, in weightlifting, gymnastics, and on the rower. Keeping movements put a lot of stress on your shoulders, so just make sure you don't overdo it. It's better to do a small amount of practice and be consistent than to do too much every day and become injured. That's it for this week. See you next week with new results, rankings, and workouts. And perhaps chest to bars in 24.3. Remember that consistency is key to all worthwhile things in life, not least when it comes to training.